Hey Colby, how's it going? I'm Kevin. I'll be your student physical therapist today under the direction of Dr. K. We're going to be working with your lower back today. We found some pain and things, and so we're going to be doing some exercises and treatments to help you try to strengthen that area. Is that going to be okay? Mm-hmm. Throughout the exercises, I might have to touch your lower back or maybe even help you cue your abdomen muscles, and that involves me using my hands on your body. Is that going to be okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's, first thing we want to do before we get into the exercises is talk about an important principle that we're going to want you to remember your whole life, even while you're gardening or next time you're picking up the turkey out of the oven, okay? And that's going to be to keep a neutral spine. And what that means is usually when people hurt their backs, it's because they're lifting with a curved back like that. You see how my back has a nice big curve? Mm-hmm. So we want to strengthen your core muscles so that we can have you lift with a straight lower back. That's going to put a lot less pressure on both your muscles and spine, and it'll really help you stay away from injury in the future, okay? So that's, even as we go through all our exercises today, that's going to be an important principle that we really keep in mind, okay? So the first thing we're going to have you do is let's have you be face down on the table, head on that side. For mobilization purposes, we're going to do a prone plank traction move here. And so what I want you to do is I want to have you stand on your knees, okay? But let's get you up on your elbows. Good. And we want your body to be like a board, so bring these knees backwards. And keep your shoulders over your elbows. Right there, that's good. And now what I want you to do is dig these elbows in and pull your shoulders forward. And you should start feeling some tension in your back here. Can you feel that? Mm-hmm. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Feels good? Okay. That's what we want. Hopefully we're relieving some pressure back there. Okay, you can relax. So we're going to do that maybe 5 times, 10 seconds a piece. If he doesn't like it, we can go to just supine and pelvic tilts. And if he does like it, then we can, or if it's not enough, we can progress to like a child's pose, and that will give him more intense of a stretch there. For stretching, okay. Now we want to stretch your lower back out more, kind of really relax those muscles. Let's have you turn on your back, okay? So on your back, let's pull these knees up like this. Good. Your arms are fine right there. What we're going to have you do is wag these knees back and forth, okay? And so we're doing the supine knee rock. This will be to stretch, loosen up the lower back, and it's also good for pain relief. And so let's have you start dropping your knees this way. And once you feel just a bit of a stretch there, I want you to hold it for about 3 seconds and then head back the other way and do it on the other side. Okay, how's that feel?
Good.
Pretty good? It should loosen up your back a little bit and relieve some pain. And so for this one, similar to the mobilization, if it's a little too much, we'd probably take the rotational aspect out of it and just have him do pelvic tilts to stretch his lower lumbar area. But if it's good, or if he can handle it, or it's not quite enough, then we can move to a child's pose. I do tend to like more extension positions right now because he hurt his back in flexion, so that's why we're using more extension in the back right now. Okay, so let's strengthen, right? Oh, and by the way, this knee rock and the pelvic tilt will be part of the home exercise program. The dosage on those would be probably like 3 sets of 10 each direction on the knee wag, and also on the pelvic tilt, both anterior and posterior tilt. Okay, so let's do some strengthening. We're going to go back onto our stomach, and we're going to go back in that same position we just had you in, a plank on the knees. We're doing the knees just because it's a little less demanding than being on the feet. If she was strong enough in this position, we would stay on the feet, or we would go to the feet. So let's have you lean forward into that position, drop these hips, and remember to keep a neutral spine. And what you really want to do is feel that belly button pull into your spine. And that's how we're going to strengthen this core area here and give you some more stability there. Is the abdomen's pulling into your spine and giving you some support here. Do you feel that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. So dosage on this would be not much. She's probably still pretty weak, so we go like 3 sets of 20 seconds. And we could progress by increasing that dosage, or like I said, picking the knees up, or maybe moving some limbs out, add some moment arm to him. Okay, why don't you rest? Okay. So walking is a big goal for you, right? Mm-hmm. So let's get up and practice a little bit of that. But we're going to keep this idea of keeping our back strong during it, okay? Okay. So I'll have you stand here against the wall just for support. We're going to do marches, okay? But the idea here is that you're not loosey-goosey, like turning your hips and stuff. You got a nice solid core. Draw that navel into your spine again. And feel like you're using your abdomens to lift your leg, okay? Okay. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this will help her both with balance, and maybe what I'll have you do is not lean on the wall so much, but just have your hands there just for support, just in case, okay? And try that, yeah. So this will be good for her to get back to walking, and it's a focus on keeping the abs tight as well, which will add stability there, especially that transverse abdominis. For progression-wise, to work more on balance, I like the idea of having her sit on a Swiss ball and doing the marching still. That'll add a lot of movement over the Swiss ball laterally, but she'll have to maintain that tightness in her transverse abdominis and core to keep that lumbar stable. If this was too much, probably go to seated marches with the same principles of keeping that navel drawn in tight. Okay, and then lastly, let's this is going to be like a couple months down the road when she's almost about ready to get out of the clinic, but she does like to garden. She hurt herself while cooking the turkey, so I thought, let's practice a deadlift to practice lifting with good form, okay? So maybe let's have you stand here and face that wall. Yeah, let's keep your hips there, or your feet about that wide. Now what I want you to do when you deadlift is to drop your hips backwards that way, okay? And in the clinic, we'd be holding a weight here, and the weight would be dropping in between our feet, okay? So let's see that. Let's have you drop that weight. Good, hips back. Good. Don't worry about bending your knees so much here on this one, just so you're hinging at the waist, okay? And so now, I like how your back is nice and neutral right here. You feel that? Mm-hmm. And that's what we've been working on the last couple of months, is making sure she can have a strong lumbar spine. And so when you lift, you're going to lift by just pushing your hips forward. And so notice my difference. I'm not lifting by bending the back up. Keep that back straight, and your hips push you forward. Okay? So let's see it. Let's hinge forward now. Good. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and this is what we'd have them do for a functional activity a little farther down the road. And ways you could progress or digress this, we could either increase the weight at the kettlebell in their hands, or make it a little harder by putting a barbell up top on the shoulders. If we wanted to make it easier, we might just take a step back towards rows and just have her standing rows. And I had something else there. Oh yeah, just body weight otherwise, if the weight was a little too much. Other than this, I think we're doing good, getting your back strong, and yeah, that's it.